One of the things that we found in our research is that the public really knows nothing about how the state and the federal government pays for transportation infrastructure. Most folks don't know that there is a fuel tax. If they are aware that there's a fuel tax, they don't know really anything about it. They don't know that it's assessed on the gallon and not the purchase price. So we're studying ways of actually having people pay for their roads as they're using. We're basically trying to look at how you would make roadways into an actual, paying for them like you would a utility.
It's going to require a great deal of innovation on a part of a lot of people who are involved in transportation, both in terms of the type of things that TTI does and what we've always done, but also sort of re-envisioning and reorienting what we consider transportation.
We've done quite a bit of work for the Texas Department of Transportation in looking at some of the public acceptance issues. We do things like focus groups. We're also involved in a research project with the Federal Highway Administration where we are trying to map out all of the possible combinations of technologies that you might use in a mileage-based fee system and how you can combine those technologies in order to achieve different policy goals.
The 2030 committee, there are three main takeaways associated with that study. One of them is we figured out that it was going to cost about $275 billion over the course of the next 25 years to keep congestion from getting worse in Texas. Not to make it better, to keep it from getting worse. The consequences on the economic side of not doing that is about $1 trillion. Now the third major takeaway that, at least for me, out of those two extremes, is that we can't afford either one. So that means we have to do something different.
You can't force people to put technology in their vehicles, and you can't force them to use technology, period. So if you're going to do mileage fees, what we think the most logical solution is to start with an odometer reading and base the fee on that. Here in Texas, we already collect odometer readings as part of state mandated vehicle inspections.
A laptop, we don't think of that as a transportation mode, but it can be. It was for me yesterday. I made a virtual trip to Austin by attending this meeting over the internet. How many more trips can we replace that way? What can we do in terms of dealing with transportation capacity, in terms of affecting the demand side and not just the supply side? How can we change and reshape the way we use the system to make sure that we're using it in absolutely the most efficient way?